remember, if you have nothing to hide, if you have nothing to worry about, if you haven't done anything wrong, if you are not corrupted, you can face the Tribune. But if you are any of the above, the Tribune is going to face you, definitely. With me today, again, it is my co-host and producer, Mr. Clark Philly. After 3 days vacation, again, every week is 3 days vacation. I don't understand these rich people.
You should follow me around on my
do
vacation. You'd be passed out.
Yeah.
You'd be in intensive care, being
Well,
revived.
Let me go right into this thing because I've been itching to write about this, to talk about this. This is exactly what I've been saying. Look at this. Look at me. Who is this? Who do like this? Donald Trump. I have been telling you this for a long time. The mainstream media is against Donald Trump. The mainstream media is the one that create all the bad news and all the bad, everything bad that Donald Trump don't do nothing good in the eyes of the mainstream media. Yesterday, everybody is talking about because he threw a little baby out of the what do you call it? The hall,
the arena or something.
The arena or whatever. He threw a baby because a crying baby out of the arena. Well, first of all, let me tell you, I'm gonna be putting my own common sense. You don't take babies to a political arena, especially nowadays when you don't know when those crazy Hillary Clinton fans are gonna throw some kind of a poison in there or
They're out
anything.
there burning flags, they might accidentally set the baby on fire.
But the mother of the baby said that was not truth.
Yeah.
And she was even on the.
She was on
Hannity last night. She was laughing. She said she realized that she should have never taken the baby to that thing.
Never knew nothing about it till she got home and turned on Fox News.
Oh, that's what it was?
Never even thought about anything about it at all. You know, she learned all about it on the news.
She was not thrown out of the arena. She was not, the baby was not insulted by Donald Trump. The baby was not thrown out of the Coliseum or whatever you call that place. But the baby was just fine. But the mainstream media.
And the mother was fine.
With everything else. Why don't they start talking about Hillary Clinton health? Is she fit to be a president with her history? Man, Hannity, how do you pronounce his name? Hannity mentioned year by year, 2008, 2010, 2012, 2014. She's been having health issues since I don't know how long. Why don't they talk about mentally she is not capable to become president. She's not fit to be president. Why don't they talk about that? No, but they're too busy. They're too busy talking about whatever Mrs. Trump, whatever her name is, I can't pronounce her name. It's illegal in the country. Please, why don't you just go over there to Las Vegas Boulevard or go to Washington, go to Harvey Reid's office, and you're gonna see all those Mexicans in the charo. The charo. What charo they talking about? They got everything else we have or more. You know. It doesn't make any sense. Why do they do that?
You know, they're so desperate.
They are.
They have to pick something, and what they're doing is they're picking fights that they can't win. They pick a fight against Melania Trump.
But if
How are
they,
you gonna win that one?
but if they, well, if it's true, they can win the
But it's
fight.
not true, that's the point.
That's the point.
And
That's the
everybody knows
problem.
it's not true,
You
but
know.
they still pick the fight.
It
They're
doesn't-
stupid.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense.
They don't make
Why
any sense.
lie? Why lie? It's like Hillary Clinton. Every time she opened her mouth, is to lie. And who is getting the worst part? You, the people of this country that are disrespected, insulted by her idea that she can get away with all that lying and you gonna believe her. Why would you believe her? You know, look at this thing with the father of the Gold Star Medal. How do you call that? Gold
I
Star.
never heard of it until this election.
Gold Star recipient. Well, let me tell you something, my dear. Mr. Smith was also a Gold Star recipient. And what was his first name?
Jeez. I don't know, there was a Trevor. There was a
Sean
Trevor
Smith,
Jones,
Sean
was it
Smith,
Trevor, and a
Sean Smith,
Sean Smith, yeah. I
Sean
think so.
Smith. He was a Gold Star recipient also.
And
Okay?
Hillary Clinton lied to the face of his mother, lied to her face.
Disrespect.
And then says, well, she just misunderstood her in the heat of the moment. She was a little confused. How despicable is that? She's trying to cover up for her lying to the face of a Gold Star mother. Hillary Clinton had the balls to try to cover it up and lie on a lie of a lie. So it's Mrs. Smith's fault. She must have misunderstood about that video. Where did she get the video from? If it wasn't from Hillary's mouth.
Yeah.
She's a liar.
But you guys
Certifiable.
But you keep believing her. You
Yeah.
keep believing the mainstream media. You keep still believing all those traitors, Republicans there are and against Donald Trump. You keep being.
Now you got
I mean,
that
I
bitch from Vermont
respect.
now.
I respect the Democrats because they are being loyal to the party and they attacking the opposite side. But the Republicans saying they're gonna vote for Hillary Clinton, being a traitor to the party, a traitor to the country, a traitor to every one of us that live here in this country and believe in the Republican Party. You know, that's being a traitor. And that's what most of them, but I've been writing about that for the last 10 years. I've been writing about how the Republican Party should be ashamed of themselves. You know, that's, especially when Sue Loudon was there. You know, I wonder sometimes if, Catherine Cortez Masto is benefiting for having Harry Reid in her side. I think even people that like Harry Reid are talking about that she will be better off by herself.
I think Heck's up in the polls, isn't he?
I don't know, but I tell you, let me tell you why I talk about this. I believe she's more popular than Joe Heck is. Joe Heck, it is not the right candidate. Why people are gonna vote? Because the people of this state are more dignified than the people in the party, the administration of the party, the higher ups, I don't know what you call, because those people in key positions, Sandoval and Joe Heck and all those people, they don't care about nothing else but themselves. But the people that vote, they're gonna vote for Joe Heck because he's a Republican. If they could vote honestly for her, I guarantee you, she probably win. I don't know if she's gonna benefit herself by having a person like Harry Reid.
So these ads that you see about her on TV where crime was up and this was up and all during her administration, she doesn't have a very good record. Is all that stuff true?
Well, probably half of that stuff is true, but it comes in the media, so I don't know if we can trust.
That's why I asked.
I don't know if we can trust the mainstream.
That's why I asked.
You know, I mean, let's face it. The problem that we are facing as a nation is that those people manipulating the country, those people they are under the impression that they can fool us, and that's the problem.
Dictatorships don't allow free press. That tells me something. Free press abuses their power because they lie. And a dictator can't take the lies, and he won't take the lies because he doesn't have to.
Yeah, that's the truth. That's true, nothing but the truth. You know, and sometimes people will confuse freedom with freebies. You know, and I got
freedom with freebies.
I got that feeling that the people don't know the difference between freebies and freebies, freedoms and freebies, you know, and they need to.
It's really there were two opposite words in a way. Because the freebies take away your freedom, if you really know what the purpose of it was, right? They're buying you off. They're taking away your freedom.
So definitely.
It's an oxymoron, is that the right word? I know they're made up from free, it's got free in both words, but it's totally opposite. Totally opposite meaning.
Yeah, that is the truth.
And it's the game plan of the liberals to buy everything, buy your vote. That's all they're about. Buy, steal, cheat, whatever they can do to get your vote. The vote is their number one thing in their whole lives is the vote. Yeah. They'll bring in 550% increase in illegal aliens.
That's
going to increase their votes.
I cannot believe that the whole Clark County, I cannot believe that the whole Clark County is a Democrat. I cannot believe that there is no areas in this Clark County that there are some Republicans more noticeable than the Democrat. You know, for 10 years we have the county commissioner, the board of county commissioners control every single one of them is a Democrat. How?
Gerrymandering. Maybe they set up the districts, so you know that's what happens.
I don't know, but I believe that. Well, luckily now we got a Republican running for county commissioner, Kevin Williams.
He's still on for Friday.
He's going to be here tomorrow. Tomorrow he's going to do the show. And I think maybe I wanted Ed Euling to be here because he got his issues with the county commissioners, but he have previous engagement. But Didi Lima may be co-hosting the show tomorrow. The problem with Didi Lima is then what she said now, it doesn't necessarily, it's going to stay still 3 hours from now. She's too busy. She has too many things on her plate. And but now Didi has a new car, so she might be on time. But in the meantime,
no more Jaguar?
No more Jaguar. She got an Escalade. She got an Escalade.
Oh, jeez. Man, oh man.
The Escalade. That just opening the door, it take a whole tank of gas. I told her that yesterday, but I tell you the truth, it's not true. It's not really true. I don't think so. I used to drive a Cadillac, Fleetwood Brown, the Elegant, the top of the line, the bigger one of the old.
The boat.
Yeah,
The yacht.
before,
Land yacht.
before the Escalades came out.
Right.
I'm talking about in the 70s. Okay, I drove from Las Vegas to LA, did all my business in LA, and in my way back to Las Vegas, I filled up the tank
Because
again.
you had a 150-gallon tank.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, probably.
No,
That was a land yacht, they called it.
They call it
A
what?
land yacht.
Oh, really?
Back in the 70s, no car got really good mileage.
Really?
Yeah, you got maybe 10 in
Oh.
that car.
I don't know, but I
So you
went
go
there.
300 miles, you got a 30-gallon tank easy. Well, you wouldn't have made it to LA.
I think I got 36.
Yeah, see, you know.
I think it was 36. I can be wrong. I don't know because, you know, one time, this is when I was younger. I was almost like a kid, and I went to pick up a car at the showroom, and the salesperson was trying to be nice to me, and he was trying to tell me how many miles per gallon. And I stopped the guy and I said, "Wait a minute, hold on. If I have to be worried about the gallons and the money, I should not be buying this car. You know, don't tell me how many miles per gallon because I'm in the wrong place then."
I've bought cars where I don't get mileage. I get footage. I have a Corvette, I get footage. I get pretty high footage. I get like 4,800 feet per gallon. But it's not a mile. A mile is 5,280 feet, right? So I don't get quite a mile per gallon.
Oh,
I get footage, that's my saying.
oh,
I'm not interested in miles per gallon, I'm interested in footage.
oh. And do you get the footage that you want?
Yeah, I get 4,000 something feet
Oh,
per
okay.
gallon. Sounds good.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good. And it's a nice car. It's a
Yeah.
convertible and
Factory air,
factory air.
big block engine, that's why I get footage.
Well,
Just sitting at a light, I burn through a tank of gas. I can see my needle move sitting at a light.
really?
Yeah, my needle moves.
I was gonna buy a Corvette one time, and the girl, then the lady that was my partner at that time, she could not fit in the Corvette. She was too tall to, and it was too complicated for her to. So we decided not to get the Corvette. But Corvette in the 70s was not.
Just leave her at home because you can pick up chicks all day long. Corvette's a magnet.
Oh yeah, I know, but I didn't have that problem. She helped me to get the girls. You know,
Oh.
that's not a problem. But what I'm saying is because there's nothing that girls like more than taking the man from another woman. And they see me with her, and they think we are in a steady relationship, and they wanted to be smart. They want to
so
be
you use it
wise.
as bait.
Yeah, I use it as bait, you know. And besides, they see me with a younger, good-looking girl with a nice car. They probably think
See dollar signs.
they probably think I'm rich.
Nice car.
They probably think that I'm a trick. They don't know
And the
that.
trick's on them.
They don't know that I'm a poor Cuban refugee.
Yeah, and the trick's on them.
Yeah, you know, but that was the way it was. But let me tell you another thing that bothers me in the local politics. We already talked about Catherine Cortez Masto. I believe she would be better off without Harry Reid pushing and intriguing on her because that's all he do. Harry Reid, everything he do is intrigue, you know, sing behind the scene and all that cowardly thing that the people that don't have the courage to do things face to face do. Harry Reid do it that way, you know. But another thing that bothers me is, I believe it's Justice Court 3. Justice Court 3 is, it has a candidate running against the incumbent, then is a very powerful young lady. Her father is powerful, her campaign manager thinks he's powerful, which is David Thomas, and they have, everything they do is tricky, and let me explain you why it's tricky. It's tricky because the people that going to vote take those tricky things and swallow it. They believe everything everybody else tells, you know, and I don't think necessarily it's the truth. It's just the people are either uneducated or they are too busy to worry about somebody else's lies, and that's the problem that we have in the local. As well as we have national, you know, and so now I'm going to have to help. What's Mrs. Trump's name?
Melania.
Melania. I'm going to have to help Melania Trump
Yes,
to become legal, you know. I don't know.
Now she's a U.S. citizen and she's married to a U.S. citizen.
Yeah.
How much more legal can you get?
Well, it's going to be a problem because now the liberals, the Democrats, and the traitors Republicans are going to come out with a new law. Then you cannot be a first lady if you're not born American. If you're not born here, you cannot become a first lady. So what are they going to do? They're going to provoke the fact that Donald Trump is going to have to divorce, what's her name again?
Melania.
Melania. She's going to take half of his fortune. She's going to be a single,
But
young,
then,
beautiful woman.
Then Trump won't be qualified to be president.
Why?
Because he's been divorced 3 times instead of 2.
And he's a single man. You cannot be single in the White House.
The American president. Remember what happened to him?
But that's a movie.
Oh my God.
That's a movie.
But the liberals.
I am the president.
Right.
That's the guy that we need over here. We need a Donald Trump.
But he was liberal. Michael Douglas was.
He
In
was?
that movie, he was a liberal.
He was the liberal?
Yeah.
I thought he was very popular.
He was, but, you know, Hollywood makes the movies, so.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, they did the casting.
I see.
They did the script.
I see. Well, I don't know what we're going to do. We need to start thinking, then believe me, people, we only got 9 weeks left.
Yeah.
It's not that far. 9 weeks is not that far. You have to wake up, smell the coffee. I keep saying that for the last 8 weeks. I've been saying that to you. Wake up, because later on, after November 8th, it's going to be too difficult to change your mind. It's going to be too difficult to say, I'm sorry, I didn't listen to that stupid Cuban that talk in the radio with an accent. I'm sorry, I didn't understand what he was saying. I'm sorry, I didn't.
Isn't it a responsibility, or it's the right of the people to know the health of anybody running for president? I remember McCain had an issue, and
Yeah,
they were going back
yeah.
some 10 years into a health issue that he had. And they were making a big deal about it. How come this is not a health issue with Hillary? Because she has a health issue. Serious one, I think.
Yeah, she does.
Why is it not an issue?
Because the mainstream media doesn't want to make it an issue. That's all. As simple as that. You know, that's why she go into Chris Matthews, what's the name of the show? Fox Sunday or
Thrill up
something.
the leg. Oh, Chris Wallace?
Chris Wallace. Chris Matthews.
I was going to say, Thrill Up the Leg is the name of his show.
Chris Wallace. Oh my God.
She went on nationwide TV, and that's a fairly popular show. It has a lot of viewers. And she lied about lying about a lie.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unbelievable. I mean, she's unbelievable. I mean,
He disrespected and insulted Chris Matthews. He disrespected and insulted the director of the FBI by
accused Chris Matthews of talking over her. I think we were talking over each other, and Chris Matthews the other day said, no, we weren't talking over each other.
I watched that show.
He asked a question, and she was allowed to respond to it.
I watched that show. No, it was Chris Matthews. I'm not a fan of Chris Matthews.
No.
I respected his father, Mike Wallace, but I'm not a fan of him. I don't know why, because he don't ask too many dumb questions either. He's a pretty.
He asks gotcha questions to Trump, and he mostly asks softballs to Hillary or a liberal. But in this case, he was forced to ask a couple tough questions.
Yeah.
Because he would have been thrown off the air. I mean, Jesus Christ. And she couldn't handle it. Can you imagine the debates? I tell you what, they all.
Oh, that's another thing. I'm sorry to interrupt you. They're gonna put the debate on a Sunday?
Yeah, of course. During a big football game. Because Hillary.
Are they gonna do it?
Apparently.
I don't think Trump is gonna participate in that debate.
Good, he should get together and promote his own debate.
Yeah, on a
Hillary
Tuesday,
can show
like
up
a
or
normal
not.
person.
Hillary won't show up, so he'll be debating Gary
But you know,
Johnson.
that's what they did. That's the Democrat did that.
Of course, on Saturday nights.
Yeah.
At midnight. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And how many press conferences has she given? None. That stupid thing she did last week wasn't a press conference.
Well, that's why I am saying, I tried to explain that to people the other day during my radio show. There's a difference between a press conference and an interview.
Yeah.
In an interview, you have, if you're lucky, you have a decent person doing the interview, and they will respect the fact that you are a guest in their show. And
You probably have a script.
Yeah, they probably tell you, here's the questions I'm going to answer.
No, not this one. No, not this one.
Right, but when you go on a press conference, when the competition is all there, ABC, CBS, CNN, all the alphabet, they're going to ask questions so they can come out more noticeable than the rest of them. And then anything you said is going to make a big issue out of it. That's the difference between one and the other. You know, that's the difference. And that's why I believe that she need to do a couple press conference.
They make a big issue, and this is funny. Trump sees a plane. I saw the same thing he saw. And I thought, why is it on TV if that's not the plane that landed in Iran with the money?
Where was you guys? You and Trump were together, you saw the same?
We filmed the plane.
You filmed it?
And then he said he saw the video, because we filmed it. And it is the video of the plane delivering the money. And now they claim it's another plane that landed in Bulgaria somewhere with the hostages when they landed over there. It's a complete friggin' fabrication. It's like Trump said he saw thousands of people dancing in the streets when the towers came down. He did. It may have been some show or some film clip from something maybe even years before, but it was the news media putting it on. So why wouldn't you assume because it's on, it has to be relative to what just happened? That's perfectly understandable. But they make it a big issue. And there's no issue. They're picking on the wrong stuff because they have nothing.
Before we go any further, and let me tell you, tomorrow we are gonna have Kevin Williams, a candidate for County Commissioner District B, in our show. It's very important that you listen to the guy talk. The guy is a direct, what is it? I don't know, some kind of director with
Bill Boyd?
Yeah, with Boyd Gaming.
Right.
You know, facility director or something like that. The guy is running 3 or 4 casinos. I don't know if he's running the casino, but he's running the facility. I don't know what the difference between one and the other one, but the guy is he's a very intelligent man. He lived in Las Vegas for the last, I don't know, 30 years maybe, and he lived in the same house for 26 years, so he didn't move there to run for office. He's a Republican. He needs your vote. If you live in District B, in the County Commissioner District B, you should read about Kevin Williams. I'm not telling you to vote for Kevin Williams. Don't put words in my mouth. I'm not telling you to put words in my, I don't telling you then to vote for him. I'm saying read about him.
Pay attention.
Read the history of Kevin Williams. Look, he been in the same job as much time as he's been in Las Vegas. You know, so it gotta be something good about it. Don't become ignorant like my friend, my Cuban friend. Then one day he was bragging about, this is way back when there was only 12 hotels in the Strip. And the guy tells me that he has worked in every single hotel in the Strip. And I said, how long you been in Las Vegas?
3 years.
And he said 6 years. 6 years. And
So
he
6
worked
months.
in every single hotel. So that means he worked at least two years in 2 places
Every 6 months he changes.
every 6 months.
Like changing clothes, he changes the hotel.
I told him, I said, you know, that is not that good of it. That's nothing to brag about it. Now I know another guy that worked, rest in peace, he worked at the showboat for 42 years. As long as the showboat was open, he was there. He went there when the showboat opened.
I knew a guy, went to the University of Las Vegas, took hotel management, and he got a job in management of a hotel. And he ran the hotel by memo, we called him. We called him the memo man, because he would write the first day, memo 1, memo 2. He had a whole pamphlet of memos. And everybody thought, this guy's a great manager. Christ, he knows everything. Memo here, memo here, memo. But when he got to the end of the book, he'd go to work for the next hotel because he ran out of his memos. And then he'd start over at the next hotel, memo one. Everybody, wow, what a. But the minute the memos were gone, he was done. He had to move.
He cannot repeat it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because then everybody said, wait a minute, I saw this memo before. So that was the way he ran. And then he ran out of places in Las Vegas, and he had to go to Atlantic City. And then memo, memo, memo. And then he went to Mississippi. With, of all people, Binion, I think.
To one of those showboats?
Yeah, I think Binion.
Oh, really?
Jack Binion.
Yeah.
So he would just go, when he ran out of memos, he was done. But looked brilliant until he ran out of those memos. Man, oh man, what a manager. He's on top of everything. Memo, memo, memo.
That was his last name?
I think so, that was his nickname. The memo man.
And then you got, you need to, tomorrow I got a good article about the Las Vegas Review Journal since, what's his name, took over, Sheldon Adelson. I had a pretty good article about that. You know that the company that delivered the Review Journal is located in Phoenix?
Right.
How do you know?
You told me.
Oh, I did tell you that? I thought it was gonna be a surprise to everybody. Oh my God.
I don't understand it, but it's kind of like your parking ticket revenue goes to Arizona or someplace.
Yeah.
They have an out-of-state collection agency that processes all that money and charges a fee, I'm sure, and then sends the crumbs back to Nevada. Why do we need the fees taken out
And
from another state?
the fee is higher than what they collect.
Probably 85% or something, administration fee, like a Clinton Crime Foundation. Actually 15% goes to the needy, and 85% goes to Chelsea and Bill and Hillary for their traveling expenses.
That's it. You can go any farther than that.
And Donna Brazil, the manager of the Clinton Crime Foundation.
Oh,
Well, I
she
think
is?
she's taken over the DNC now, I heard.
Yeah,
Debbie
yeah.
Blabbermouth Schultz is gone. Boy, it took them a while to get rid of her. Woo! What a DNC chairwoman. Oh my God. Debbie Blabbermouth Schultz. She finally stepped on it.
It was her turn to lose. That's all it was. She was the fault person, But it's the same thing that happened with her vice president. He was the chairman of the DNC.
Yeah, he was before her, I heard.
And then they made a deal.
That he would be vice president if he stepped down for Debbie.
Yeah.
And then they got rid of Debbie, and then Hillary, the Crime Foundation, hires Debbie Wasserman Schultz
Yeah.
within an hour of her getting canned from the DNC. And then I heard that she had to get back to Florida, and she was demanding private wings. She couldn't fly commercial. She had to have at her disposal a private jet. So I'm sure that the Hillary Crime Foundation supplied some kind of wings for her to get back to Florida.
Oh, really?
I would assume.
She's running for senator over there.
Well, she's a congresswoman now, right?
Well, Congress or senator, I don't know. She's running for office over there.
She was. I
For
think she
re-election.
was in office.
She's still in office.
Right. I think so. But she may be up for. If she's a congressman, she runs every 2 years anyways.
Oh, really? That's right. That's
But-
right. That's
She's
right.
not qualified to be a congressman, let alone a senator. She's not qualified to be dog catcher, in my opinion. She is a dog. She's got to catch herself. It's going to be like a dog chasing its own tail. Will she ever catch herself? That's the question. God, what a dog. Ugh. She makes my skin crawl.
Not as bad as Hillary.
She
but
remind
pretty bad.
me. She remind me that girl, that lady. Let me don't use the word girl because
Oh, yeah. That's
I can be sued for that.
right.
You know, where was it, in San Francisco or somewhere? Then she was pretending to be black so she can
Oh, yeah, the hairdo looks the
be.
same.
Yeah, she
Right.
can. So she
She
can.
was in charge of NAC, whatever that.
Double ACP?
Yeah, something like that.
NAACP.
Right. Yep, she was trying to look black. I think she was telling everybody she was black.
Yeah. Was that Debbie Schultzman, or whatever her name is? She remind me of that lady over there.
The same hairdo.
Oh, that's probably why.
Yeah.
Probably,
They look like sisters.
Yeah, that's probably why. Yeah.
Whatever happened? Boy, she had 15 minutes, if you call that fame. I call it 15 minutes of embarrassment, but trying to pass yourself off as something you're not just to get a job. Kind of like Pocahontas, trying to get some job at Harvard, pass herself off as an Indian with a high cheekbones.
She did. She was
Yeah,
Indian. She's
yeah.
Indian, right?
No,
No, she's not.
no.
Oh.
She claims she is.
So why did they criticize
Because she used that as
why
a
they
leverage.
criticize Donald Trump for that?
Oh, well, because he's
Not his fault.
He's an R. We got a Republican next to his name right now. That's why. Elizabeth Warren is a staunch, far left liberal. As liberal as you can get.
She probably was mad when they didn't pick her for vice
I'm
president.
sure she was. She's a bitch.
But you know, she
Can
need.
you imagine two bitches at the top of the ticket?
Oh my God. they
Bitch
would-
one, bitch two? Oh,
You know.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's another thing people say. Donald Trump don't have the temperament. They don't, you know. But
And Obama
as
does.
a matter of fact, yesterday I was gonna call in at Kevin. What's the name of the 3 to 6?
Alan Starr?
No.
War?
War.
Wayne Allen Root?
Yeah, Wayne Allen Root. I was gonna call. You know, I don't call those radio shows, but I was gonna call because he got a guy. Then call in and was really blasting Donald Trump. And I said, why this guy is doing that? Why don't he think about all the things that Hillary Clinton
I
is...
think I heard that guy. And Wayne Allen Root, when he finally started to respond to the guy, started getting him pretty good, but
And
he
the guy
let him
had
run.
rubber
He let him run for quite a while.
The
with
guy
his
had
rant.
rubber ones.
No, he stayed on, but
And
he,
there was another guy the other day, JD or DJ or JD,
Right, JD.
you know, he got all the telephone numbers for all
oh, I
the,
heard that guy too.
from the Associated Press.
714-30, he was given, and a cell phone number and everything.
He gave all the numbers.
Yeah, I heard that.
Oh my God, that was good. That was good. He was telling people, call and ask him why
Yes,
they forgot the last
I-
paragraph in the
I
article.
got the guy's phone number. Would it be all right if I give it out on the... Give it out! Yeah, sure, go ahead. Oh, it's like Donald Trump giving out, what's his name?
He was talking
Random-
about, I was gonna call, and you know, I don't call the talk shows, but I was gonna call and say, why don't you ask this guy if he read the book from the Secret Service, then expose every nasty thing that Hillary Clinton.
Well, he's just trying to sell books. That's not true.
Oh, it is. That's what it is.
Well, that's what they're gonna say.
Oh, so he lied in the book?
Yeah, he's just trying to sell books.
No. But
All
that's
the crashing
that-
vases and
that's
flying.
not ethical.
Of course not, but what's ethical about the liberals? Nothing.
That's not ethical. They cannot.
Right. It's called poetic license.
and he used that four-letter word, she used that four-letter word all day long. She cannot go a sentence without using 2 or 3 times the four-letter word.
Hillary?
Yeah, that's why I got the article in here somewhere. Maybe I didn't put it down, but you know, F you and F this and what do you do? I told you to leave me alone. What are you still doing?
Oh, you mean off camera, around the help and all that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh no, she's a foul-mouthed bitch.
And she has.
Talk about temperament. You know, your point's well taken, but I mean, it's a joke. You compare that lady to Trump, and they say Trump doesn't have the temperament? See, that's the point. They're so far out there. They're not even on this planet. They're grasping at straws. They have nothing. And their points are not well taken because they're a joke.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. And I tell you, I think he got more of a temperament to become a president, to be a president, than anybody else.
The other thing is he has instinct.
He need to have a poker face in order to go and do all those $1 million deals that he made. You know, and it's like the deal with the key for the yacht.
I
or
thought
the
that
plane.
was great. The
I
key
thought
for
it
the
was-
yacht.
Yeah.
You know? And then Rifkin in the elevator says, who the hell carries around the key to their yacht with them, you know? He says, it's the key to the yacht, it's the key to my car.
That was good. That was good. You know, and that's what it is. You know,
It's all in the
know-
game, the art of the deal. You throw those keys on the table in front of the banker's face, he's gonna think twice before he, you know, they want the money, they don't want the keys. What the hell are they gonna do with a yacht? Huh? Shit.
What was the deal? It was in a bank, right?
No, yeah, they were having a negotiation with the bank because Trump wanted to either get his negotiations on his yacht payments to a right payment because he probably bought the yacht on a 16% interest rate that Michael Milliken sold him or something way back when they were building all those hotels in Atlantic City on this inflation interest rate. It was crazy. Jimmy Carter was president or whatever, the interest went to 21%. And these hotels are doing 16% deals, and then the market collapses, and you're supposed to pay 16% forever? Because that's the deal you made back then? No, hell no. They renegotiate. I remember living in Houston when the oil business collapsed, and people were literally moving furniture across the street. One neighbor would move over to the neighbor's house, and the other neighbor would move back. Owned by the same bank, right? They were in foreclosure, and the banks were either gonna have empty properties and broken windows and all the stuff that comes with that, or they were gonna have to, you know, make a deal. So they made the people move. Instead of just saying, all right, we'll renegotiate, you stay in the house. No, they gotta make you move. So people were literally moving furniture. They'd pass the couch this way, another couch would come that way. Neighbors moving from neighbor to neighbor to renegotiate their loans. Sick. But that's these stupid bankers, but you gotta renegotiate. You could buy a house back in the 80s there in the golf course, like $75,000. Own the property and the house right on the golf course. Because they were giving them away.
What do you mean?
Huh?
What do you mean?
Houston was 85% dependent upon oil.
Yeah.
And the oil industry went from $50 a barrel to $9. And the town went bankrupt. And everybody lost their ass. They built these beautiful big skyscrapers. We call them see-throughs. See-through means you could see right through the building because they were made out of glass. There wasn't one drape or any window curtains, nothing. You could see right through the building because it was totally empty. Big, beautiful sized skyscrapers, all empty. That was Houston back then in the 80s.
And Dallas too.
Yeah, Dallas was hurt too, but Dallas wasn't as dependent upon oil as Houston was.
Really?
Houston was
Dallas
all
was
oil.
all good.
But it had been there for a long time.
Oh,
And
I
it's expanded their industries and other things.
Oh, I see.
But Houston was all just oil, all oil. But one thing about it, it had beautiful infrastructure, it had beautiful buildings, and you could rent a building for a song. They'd give it to you. If you had a balance sheet and your credit was good, they'd give you an office for like 3 years. Free rent, 3 years, just to get someone in there. And I'd go see people in their offices. You walk into this office, Joe Blow, vice president or whatever, you know, gas transmission pipeline. I walk in this office, Jesus Christ, you could play golf in this office, you know? What the hell? Had a driving range over there, a polo pony over here. I mean, what the hell? He said, well, wait till the free rent's up. You know, it'll be, they all had these palatial, beautiful, because they weren't paying any rent. You know, why not, you know? Man, it was funny. But you could start a big ass company there then, because you could expand. You could move into a building and just keep opening up office after office after office. Expand on out, get a big company going. But it's all changed around now. The price of oil's collapsing again. It's like $42 a barrel. Jesus Christ, man. Someone's out trying to break the oil industry in this country. I wonder who. It's crazy.
Yeah. It's, well, don't forget tomorrow is going to be Kevin Williams, the candidate for, and if by any chance you miss the show tomorrow, listen to him on Saturday on Steve Sampson, Veterans in Politics. I don't know what the schedule for that show is, but I'm sure you can take a look at that. Nowadays, everything is in the internet, so you can find out how to do that. In the meantime, I'm going to have to say good night. Say good night, Clark. Say good night, Dick. Say good night. Remember that show? Say good
Laughing.
Night. Laughing. So, say good night, Clark, because
Good night, Clark.
we are getting to the end of the show.
Well, you're knocking off early today.
What do you mean? By the time I said goodbye and I to remind people to listen to the show tomorrow, and I remind the audience that maybe Didi Lima is going to be hosting the show tomorrow. It will be something that it's going to get to the. It's going to get to the.
Good, I can go back on vacation.
Why?
Huh? You got all these people tomorrow. You got producers coming and
No,
co-hosts.
we got co-hosts. We don't have no producers.
Oh,
We cannot replace you. You are irreplaceable.
mm.
You know, so make sure that you read enough, educate yourself, make sure that the people cannot give you the wrong information about Donald Trump, and make sure that you realize that you know that you can see through the Democrat eyes. Then the only reason they are doing all that is because they don't want to have a good president, a good government, a government that is going to make this country to be a great America again. You know, make sure that you know all that, and then we are going to have the best country. We always been the best country, but now we're going to go back to be the best country human beings have ever seen.
Yeah.
Like
We need an outsider.
like Christopher Columbus said, America is the most beautiful land the human eyes have seen, and that's what we need to be. You know, nothing else. Thank you for listening. God bless you. God bless America, and God bless Donald Trump and his ideas of bringing back America. God bless our veterans. My name is Rolando Larraz, and I stand behind every single word I said in this show.